I'm gonna talk about my 5-year-long toxic friendship with the manipulator. The friendship was pretty fun, but whenever there was conflict, they'd walk away immediately, every single time. I'm gonna talk about the signs I noticed making this video for me, because I believe if you're living miserable, you're not really living, and it's your life and you get to live it. So the first 3 years were pretty fun, and then it wasn't. I'll go over the story first and then the signs I recognized a little bit too late. We were friends for 5 years, and I let them move in with me because they were struggling, and I don't want to see my friend homeless or not doing too good. So when they moved in with me, I had to remind them to bathe, to shower. I had to remind them to do their chores on time, the correct way. I had to tell them, help me with the bills, help me with the groceries. It was very annoying. It wasn't monthly, it wasn't weekly, it was daily. And it was very annoying. So whenever there was conflict, they'd walk away immediately. And I would tell them, hey, this action hurt my feelings. And they would say, oh, well, I feel so bad. And do it again. Back to back to back. There was 3 things that they did that broke me. Number 1, we went to IHOP one day, and I fell into a 6-month-long depression. And it sucks when your support lives with you, but they're not supportive. They're not really there for you. We went to IHOP one day. They said, before we got to IHOP, we're going to talk about why you're sad. And I told them, no, I'm not comfortable with that at all. And we get to IHOP and they look at me and say, when you're sad, it affects other people. And that hurt my feelings. When I finally had the courage to tell them what was going on, put everything on the table, and I told them, what was up? They looked up at the sky, like we were in a movie for some reason, looked at me and went, I forgot people had problems. And the straw that broke the camel's back, the day I realized I had to break out the friendship because I was just miserable constantly, all around, just a bad person to be around in general. I let them know that we needed to have a serious conversation. We agreed on a time and a place, Thursday, 7 p.m. Thursday comes around, it's 6 p.m. I text them, are you on your way? And they're like, oh, I just hopped out the shower. It's 4:30 p.m. I just got back from work. And I say, okay. 7 p.m. comes around, nothing. 8 p.m., 9 p.m., 10 p.m., 11 p.m. And finally, after excuse after excuse after excuse after excuse, I called them twice. They didn't pick up. At 1 in the morning, they text me, I'm sorry I can't visit you. It's too dark outside. That isn't how you treat your friend of 5 years. That's just a dick move. I was so exhausted. I was waiting on this person the entire day. I was mentally, emotionally, and physically exhausted. I just crashed in the bed, and then I woke up at 5:38 in the morning, and I read the text message from them, and it said, I feel so bad. Here are the screenshots, too. The amount of I felt like it was an emotional betrayal, and it hurt like a bitch. 1 day goes by, nothing. 2 days go by, nothing. On the 3rd day, I text them, you know what? I'm gonna block this number for my mental, emotional, and physical health. They said, well, I was gonna text you something, but if you're gonna block me, I'm not gonna talk to you anymore. Love you, bye. And that was it. 5 years gone. Instead of starting my healing journey like I wanted to, the moment I read that text message, I was instantly pissed off for 6 months straight. Off and on. I'd be depressed for a month, happy for 3 days, back and forth, and intense game over thoughts, back and forth. It was rough. At the time, it was really difficult for me. In 2024, I was part-time in college, full-time job, and I had to move out all by myself. On top of cutting off my entire family and cutting off my 5-year-long friendship, it felt fucking awful. Now that I'm done yapping, just a yap, I can talk about all the signs I noticed. Number 1, they only talk about drama. Number 2, they forget anything and everything if it isn't about themselves. Number 3, we were friends for 5 years, and this person couldn't even give me a decent birthday gift. They gave me a bowl. Just a bowl. 4, they put no effort into the friendship. 5, they have no personality outside of drama. 6, they can't take their own advice. 7, they go back to toxic environment and toxic relationships. They would always go back because that's what they know best. 8, they can't give an actual apology. Their apologies always started with I feel so bad, or I never intended to. Intention to be damned. You fucked up. Number 9, it was only ever excuses and only ever gonna be excuses from start to finish. Number 10, this person brought out the worst in me. That's not okay. I worked it out in therapy. Think, okay, I can work on this in therapy, and I have, and I've done very good. I'm a strong little woman. 11, they never took accountability for anything. 12, I think, they would always play the victim card every single time. 13, when there was an issue, they would throw it to somebody else immediately. 14, they would lie often. 15, one moment they'd be like, I do want to change, and the next moment they'd be like, you know what, never mind, no I don't, I lied. 16, they'd pull the mental health card. 17, hanging out with them wasn't fun anymore. I'd say, let's hang out, let's do something, and they'd say, oh, I'm so tired, I'm so exhausted. 18, they constantly took my kindness for granted. 19, they were always selfish. 20, miserable people like this are so draining to be around. 21, they were always addicted to emotional highs. If they couldn't get attention from one person, they'd get it from somebody else. 22, when they called everybody else out for their issues, it was fine, but when I called them out on their issues, suddenly, it didn't feel too good. Oh no, not me. 23. These people can't handle being alone for a moment. 24. Knowing I'll never get closure. They never apologized, they never cared. And I understand that. Because you love people how you love yourself. 25. They want attention, but it's not from you. They want attention from anybody else but you. And lastly, they lied about anything and everything. Since I went through this when I was 19, I'm 20 now. Oh, if I could talk to them now, I would say thank you because they taught me to protect my inner peace at all costs. Pretty good lesson going in your early 20s. So, next video, I'll talk about why I cut off my family members, all 6 of them. For context, I cut off my entire family and I cut off this friend all last year at the same time, in the same week. It's been rough. It's been really rough. Bye-bye.